Hi everyone, welcome to the Lawn Fawn Fans video hop. This is our winter hop and giveaway. We do have two sponsors for this particular hop. The first one is Hobby Hoppers, which is our first international sponsor. We're so excited that Trish has offered up a $50 Aussie gift card. She does ship to the United States, Australia, and New Zealand and carries tons of amazing Lawn Fawn products. She loves Lawn Fawn as much as we do. Also, Jamie at the Not Too Shabby Shop is giving away a $25 gift card to her store, and she does ship internationally. It's important to enter the giveaway that you do like and leave a comment on the videos as you watch along the hop, and make sure to let us know what country you are from so we know which prize to send your way. Here's a look at the two cards that I'm creating. I am keeping this video very short and quick, so I will apologize that there's not a lot of detail here, and that's because I have been very sick over the past week. I'm showing you the Lawn Fawn products that I used today. I have the Hugs and Kisses die, the Scent with Love stamp set, tiny gift box, skunk add-on, lots of hearts, stencil. I used the Build-A-Basket Easter only for a little bow tie that I'm going to use on my little skunks. Let's jump into our project. I'm going to start with my stenciling. I'll be using these two Nuvo glazes. The first one is called Sea Sprite, and then the pink one is called Frosted Petal. I'm going to line my stencil up on an A2 size card panel. These layering stencils are so forgiving. Basically, you lay your stencil down, and as you can see, I'm using that really creamy, beautiful pearlescent Nuvo paste to add through my stencil. Once I'm finished with that, I'll clean up as much of that excess paste as I possibly can, because I really do hate to waste the paste, especially when I love the colors as much as these two. And I'll take my stencil over to the sink and clean that off with my palette knife, and I'll set that panel to dry. Once it's dry, I just line up the stencil to where those hearts are in between the ones that I previously stenciled. And that's how easy it is. It's not, you know, really rocket science at all. Some layering stencils are a little bit tougher than others. This one's super forgiving, and I really loved the effect the Glacier paste had with these hearts. To build my two skunks for my first card, I did cut one out of black cardstock. You can see that I didn't really cut apart my dies. So I only cut apart the pieces that would get in the way of some of the more solid ones, because of course they do try to use as much space on these dies as they can when they're packaging them. So I didn't have to cut too much away, and all I'm doing is alternating the colors. So for one I have black, and for the other one I have white. We do have a member of this team, Peter's Treasury. He did do a video where he showed how he created a squirrel from this, and I think maybe a hedgehog. So this little critter isn't limited to being a skunk, but of course I absolutely love skunks, and I'm going to tell you a really funny story. You're going to think I'm a little crazy, but when I lived in snow country, winter lasts a very long time up in the Rocky Mountains, and my husband and I, one of our favorite smells was skunk, because whenever we smelt skunk at the beginning or at the end of winter, we knew that the end was in sight, because they don't come out until the snow is beginning to melt. So skunk was actually a really good thing in my life, and that was a smell that I really appreciated. That's kind of a fun little fact about the cute little skunk. I am adding a little bit of pink to the cheeks of this little skunk to give it a girly feel, because I do want one boy and one girl. As I may have mentioned, these are going to be more of the love themed cards. I thought that it was appropriate since Valentine's Day is around the corner, and I wanted to try to get two cards out of that one background, and so I thought that I would make a couple of skunks for the front of this card, since my other card is going to have the two skunks that are hugging. The two skunks that are hugging and the banner, that card's going to go together really quickly, because I did leave my coloring off camera again, to be respectful of the other participants in the hop, but also because my voice, I don't know how long this is going to last, and I don't usually get a voiceover in one take. I'm going to add some detail to the skunk. So for the girl, I added those pink cheeks and pink to the ears and some white gel pen to the cheeks. I added the white gel pen to the eyes of the black skunk, and then I took black gel pen and added it to the eyes of my little white skunk, and I think that they're absolutely adorable. And then those other pieces that you see up at the top, because this is meant to go on the front of a Lawn Fawn box, those are just accessories that would help you create a more detailed skunk on a gift box. I have this smaller rectangle. This is from Gina Marie Designs. I will have all of the products that I use linked in the description box below. I'm going to cut the center out of this to leave a frame. The frame will go on the second card, and this smaller center is going to just add a little pop of color to my clean and simple card. I went really clean and simple with my first card. I wanted to add some bows. Wanda Guess is a person that I follow on Instagram, and she designs for a lot of companies. She created a card a few days ago where she added the bow tie to the skunk and the bow to the hair of the girl, and that's where this idea came from. So I do like to give credit where credit is due. I didn't just come up with this on my own. This was something that I saw on another card, and I really thought that it added a lot of character to my little skunks. The hugs and kisses, you'll notice that I'm not using the full length of that die. I'm going to cut it out 3 times and stack them up. I decided, as I mentioned, to keep this clean and simple, so you could certainly add some color. You could have used the Copic markers that I used for the bow ties, and you could have added some pink and some of the minty color to the sentiment, but I wanted to keep this pretty clean and simple, so this card's going to go together really fast. I'm going to add the blue bow to my boy, and I'll add the pink bow to the hair of my girl, and then I'm going to add that stenciled background to the center of that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch top folding card base. I didn't add any dimension. I have not really added dimension to my cards over the last couple videos, which is really surprising. I'm going to add some glue to the back of the hugs and kisses and to the back of both of my skunks. And that's going to be my first card. As I mentioned, I did color my images off camera for my second card, so I do have that frame that came from around that centerpiece on this card. So once I get this glued, it was a little slick with that Glacier paste. I'm going to use my T-square ruler to line it up a little bit better. There we go. So I have that frame that needs to go around the edge, but I wanted to add some color, so I used Ballet Slippers and Minty Fresh. These are inks from Lawn Fawn, and I just did a little bit of swiping for some quick and easy background color. I stamped my sentiment on that background, and then I put my frame over the top. I glued my frame over the top right there, and it was cutting off the sentiment, so I did have to restamp my sentiment and cut it out, and then I'm just going to add my other elements, and that's going to be my second card. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I will have the next person in the hop linked in the description box below, as well as all of the participants that are in this hop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Until next time, have a fabulous day.